And, Ava Bartlett, I wanted to say another thing about Ava Bartlett, who's bravely still, doing her reporting from, that area. She, Louise Mensch, who's a character on Twitter or whatever. And so when people troll, you don't think much of it. But 2 days after Louise Mensch located Ava, like put her location and tagged the Ukrainian military, and then she's on the military kill list, her hotel was bombed where Ava was staying and other journalists. And she was, luckily she was able to escape, but she could have been killed.
This is very, very dangerous technique. For example, it's a lot of idiots in Ukrainian army. It's not only commanders who operate, they have their own guts to kill. So they need just a tool to find the target. If you remember, the Italian journalist Andrea Roccelli was also killed, and they brag about this, liquidated on the Meritorious website. So
horrific. Absolutely horrific.
Or we still don't know what's happened to the Faina Savenkova. This is a 13-year-old
still missing.
Teenage.
How old was that journalist?
13. It's not a journalist. I'm talking about the Ukrainian girl.
Oh, the Ukrainian. Okay. The child.
Yeah. So you remember what's happened to Gonzalo Lira, another American journalist who was working in Kharkov, who was disappeared because he was doxed by the peacekeeper. So it is dangerous things, but biggest stir happened when the peacekeeper website bragged about liquidation of Darya Dugina, and after that they published it. I believe they did it in 2018. They published the Roger Waters, and but let's make a big news about this. Not in 2019, but in 2022, because Roger Waters go public and say what he's thinking about President Biden as a war criminal.
Yeah, that he called it what it is. It's a proxy war against Russia. Using Ukraine. Yeah, and he called it out. He called it out that it's benefiting weapons manufacturers, and for that, he called it out on some major media.
If people want to know more in details about what's happened with this website, I strongly suggest to read the publication in a gray zone about. It's very fresh. It's Deborah Armstrong from August 25, and follow George Ellison on the Twitter, who is very much engaging in this. Russians also investigate. They find very interesting facts about.
Yeah, I wanted to differentiate something. If you could help our audience learn about this, because they've been hearing about these lists. There's two different lists. One of them is called the Ukrainian government blacklist. That's different. That has a bunch of journalists from RT on it that are, basically banned from going to Ukraine, I guess, and things like that. And then this is the military kill list. So two very separate lists. But
I think, Tara, it's not properly to say military, because military is not such a big danger for people, because people in the military, they work on the battlefield, they busy. But people who is not working in the military, so we can call that. And they now, it's interesting. They trying to distance themselves from Ukrainian government or from special security of Ukraine.
This website, this peacekeepers website, they're trying
to distance them. This is a clear sign what they related, and they collaborate exactly with Ukrainian government. This is blessed by Ukrainian government. This is what government cannot do openly. They publish that blacklist. It's bullshit. But this website, government recommend, for example, National Bank of Ukraine issued the recommendation before giving a credit to the people, check them on that website if they here who borrow the money from the banks. Ukrainian Custom Border Patrol from 2014 using that website and checking on everyone who crossing the border of Ukraine. And if you on that website, 100% you cannot enter. They will turn you back. So this is a government resource. What very shady, illegal, and violate a bunch of law in Ukraine, a lot of law in European Union and in United States, and it's still operating safely. What I can do? What I can say that this is a hypocrisy.